Yeah, and talking about the VRC section, I on an academy I tried each and every teacher to understand better, but yeah, I wasn't able to do that. So I just developed a strategy in which I will be able to get more than 85 percentile marks in CAT in VRC section and try to ace the other two.
Okay.
And this trick worked for me. My overall percentile was 99.87 and my
Okay.
percentile in VARC was 91.99.
Mm. Hello everyone and welcome to the brand new episode of GIBS. Today we have Nilesh with us. He is from FMS and here we are going to talk about his journey, how he prepared for CAT and got a spot in FMS, one of the top B school in India. So I welcome you Nilesh in this video of GIBS and please introduce yourself and tell us about your educational background, little bit of family background and उसमें आप ये भी बता दो हमें कि आपका 10th 12th ग्रेजुएशन का प्रोफाइल क्या था और कैट का परसेंटाइल क्या था.
Thank you, Anand. Thank you for inviting me today. Hello, everyone. I am Nilesh Bansal. I have been born in Ludhiana and I stayed in Punjab till my BTech. And after that, I joined a new shop as a growth consultant where I worked for nearly 10 months. Talking about my profile, in 10th, I had 10 CGPA. In 12th standard, I had 89% marks, and in graduation, I had 6.8 CGPA, equivalent to 68% marks.
एंड नाउ आपने वो आपके पास वर्क एक्स है तो होता क्या है कि एक और ऊपर से कंसल्टेंट वाला वर्क एक्स है जैसे आपने बताया तो होता क्या है कि एक वेल सेटल्ड जॉब है उसको छोड़ के आप कैट की तरफ आए तो आपका कैट की तरफ आने का मोटिवेशन क्या था ये हमें बताइए.
So actually जो मेरा company था that was a startup and fortunately I was in the core team and I had the opportunity to work with the founders and co-founders and most of them were MBA and I was really fascinated looking at them how they look at a problem. Like an engineer's point of view to a problem was completely different from an MBA's point of view of to a problem. So I just wanted to learn that point of view, and that motivated me to do MBA.
Yes. Actually, I mean, when you see somebody, at a higher level, as a CEO, CXO level, and they had the MBA, and if you see that there is a certain amount of, different in perspective while working, because MBA candidate is talking more in terms of business point of view, business growth point of view. एंड एज एन इंजीनियर हम ज्यादा डिक्लाइन होते हैं टेक्निकलिटी के पास की तरफ हमें वो प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी वाला जो काम है वो दिखता नहीं वहाँ पे. तो नाउ टेल अस अबाउट व्हेन डिड यू स्टार्टेड योर प्रिपरेशन बिकॉज you were already working, so what was your story about preparing for CAT exam?
Okay, I am a 22 BTech pass out from NIT Jalandhar and I started my preparation in 2021 for 2021 CAT and for that year I prepared for 9 months from an academy. I took the subscription, I joined the classes, made notes, participated in a lot of tests because at that time I had plenty of time. COVID was going on, we were all home, so I had plenty of time to prepare for CAT, but unfortunately that year I only got 90 percentile. And next year when I was working, I did not focus more on this classes part because I already had notes, I already had the knowledge that what will be asked to me in the question real exam. So all I did was I tried to attempt a couple of mock tests every week and I did this for 4-5 months continuously before the exam.
Okay, I mean 4-5 months before the exam you started giving mock test, and that's a great way to, because you already had this all the notes prepared for for
Yes.
9 months actually, so that will help. Yes. And since you prepared with the job, so tell us about some challenges that you faced while preparing for CAT exam. And for most of the engineers that I've talked to, they talk talk very much about that VARC portion is very much difficult for most of them. So what's your perspective on that?
Okay. Talking about my preparation with the job first, it was really difficult. As my startup was in an early stage, I had to work 6 days a week, and I only got Sunday. And when you only have Sunday to rest, you just want to sleep. You don't want to do anything. And also in weekdays, if you work for 10, 11 hours continuously, your brain just stops working. You don't want to do. Your brain doesn't solve a question. So at that time, I tried that on Sunday I have to be proactive and take initiative in giving those mock tests. I mostly did two mock tests on Sunday only, one in the morning, one in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah, and talking about the VRC section, I on an academy I tried each and every teacher to understand better, but yeah, I wasn't able to do that. So I just developed a strategy in which I will be able to get more than 85 percentile marks in CAT in VRC section and try to ace the other two. And this trick worked for me. My overall percentile was 99.87 and my percentile in VARC was 91.99.
Okay, I mean that's a great strategy to deal with your weak portion. If you know how to focus your part, how to play your tricks, you can easily get 99 percentile. And now tell us about since you have already worked with the startup, and working within a startup, it's very hectic schedule. So if somebody is also working in a startup, so what do you say? Is it better to leave a job or prepare with the job?
Okay, so for this I have a story. For I will answer it first. You should never leave your job. Now the story is why you should never leave the job, because after I got 99.87 percentile, I prepared for the interviews with the job, and in March, on March 31st, I left the job. So I just wanted to spend 2 months with me, myself, and my friends and family, so that because I know after the next 2 years will be really hectic and I won't get any time. But when I left the job, I did not have any calls from any of the colleges, admission calls, and I got my first call in the mid of June. And those 2 months were really stressful for me. That what if I don't get a call from anywhere? So I'll say don't leave the job till you have an admission offer.
Yes, and that's a great advice actually. And the job also helps you in your summer internship process. Whenever they started asking you questions about situational question, like where do you perform a leadership kind of thing. So this also job also helps there. And moving ahead, I would also like to talk about what was the study materials that you used, since you have talked about study materials using from Unacademy. So tell us about is there any other study material or mock test that you used, and if you have any suggestion on the topic of study material.
Yes. So for study material, I'll talk section wise. For VARC, you just have to focus on your reading skills. If you are able to read and comprehend, understand the message properly written in the passage or in any question, you will be able to solve the question. So try focusing on reading more books or news articles or something like that, in which you are introduced to new perspectives or new words, so that you just increase your vocabulary.
Yes.
For the second section, that is DILR, try solving as many questions as you can, because there is no pattern in that section. Each question is solved in a different way. So the more questions you solve, the more ways you learn. And in quants, so quants only you can follow quants from a book. I followed Arun Sharma, as far as I remember. It is Arun Sharma.
Yeah.
So it has three levels of questions. You try first level, you try second level, you try third level. This is how you ace in a topic. And there are 16 topics. You do it 16 times consistently, repeatedly. So you ace in 16 topics.
Yes, yes. I mean, that's a very precise and to the point answer, and I really like that answer. And after securing 99.87% right, now the stress comes for the interview round, and
Mhm.
preparation for interview is like there is so many coaching institute also who prepare you for the interview. So tell us, like, how did you prepare yourself for the interview, and also share your
Yes.
experience of FMS.
Okay. So talking about my preparation, I joined IMS Ludhiana for the interview preparations, and it my company also helped me in this process, as manager was a really dear friend of mine. He allotted me a 4-hour window in the day in which I was able to attend these sessions at IMS Ludhiana, and I had to do the work at night. So that's how it worked.
Okay. So
And
FMS review. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
talking about the FMS interview, it was really just a conversation with the interviewers. They just wanted to know me more, that how I think, how whatever I have written in my SOP, how how did I acted in that situation. For example, uh, I have worked in a startup, so they really tried to understand what the startup did, not what I did in the startup. So they
Okay.
just wanted to know if I have written anything in the SOP. I have a complete knowledge on it,
Okay.
and
Okay.
please don't lie in the SOP. And even if you do, just have a really good story to back it up.
Yes. 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 I mean, you should first thing you should never lie. The second thing,
Hmm.
you have to be professional to not get
Yes.
caught. To not get caught by the someone who have more experience than your age. Always keep that point in mind. That will be a good
Yes.
criteria actually. And also, now after clearing your FMS interview, now you
Hmm.
are in FMS. Congratulations to you. And tell us
Thank you.
about your experience of FMS, and divide it into two parts: the first 3 months and the next 6 months, because there is a difference between experience between first three and next 6 months.
So first 3 months were really hectic for whole of my whole batch.
Yeah.
Like, I have seen people uh, cry. I myself have cried in those 3 months. Like, just because we do not have people to share what we are going through outside FMS, because they really get, you can't share those things with your parents because they get stressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So my sleep schedule was, I get got 3 hours of sleep each day for the 3 months, and I had to work for the rest 19 hours, 2 hours like I am taking for lunch, dinner, breakfast, etc. Most of the days you will go hungry to college, but you have to go through it to get the to
Yeah.
be the cream of the nation. To be the cream of the nation, you have to do that.
Yeah.
And these were the first 3 months, like they are really stressful, but yeah, you will get support from your batchmates only, nobody else. Your batchmates will be the support. You have to be the support for your batchmates. It is a collective effort. You will all get placed eventually.
Yeah. Yes.
And after those 3 months, the life has been really going smoothly. Just 9 to 4 classes and doing some assignments, and mostly chilling with the friends. And
Yes.
chilling with the friends is really important, because in colleges like these, the people you interact with give you a lot of knowledge on different perspectives. In engineering, it was just like technicality or something. You make a group, you focus in a way. In
Yeah.
MBA, you will have 10 different perspectives to a single problem.
Yes. Because there are all the people from different background. Same questions can be looked at from the different perspective. If the guy is from HR, the same question is having a different perspective if the guy is from finance, if the guy is from operation. So you get to know there's a lot of peer learning involved in MBA actually. and
Exactly.
most of the rigorous part where you learn by yourself was in those 3 months, and rest of the 6 months you learn from your professor first thing, and after that there's a lot of learning comes from your peers group actually, and that's rightly pointed out by you. And now, if you have any advice to somebody who is trying to prepare for CAT, or what are the tricks and tips that you have utilized yourself, or if you have any suggestion to a CAT aspirants, you can give them those suggestions also.
So my only suggestion for each and every CAT aspirant will be that your profile matters, but after the CAT. Your okay. For CAT preparation, you just have to be calm and composed. Even if one section goes wrong, or you do not perform well in a single section, you should not carry on that to the next section. You should leave it right there after the 40 minutes are over.
Yes.
And don't stress yourself. Like, I was really stressful regarding my VARC preparation, but I made a way to bypass that. I just prepared for the 85 percentile, and I aced the rest two sections, which were my forte. Like,
Yeah.
I really got 99.9 percentile in the rest of the two sections.
Yes.
So
I mean,
your overall percentile matters a lot, and your sectional cutoff, you just have to focus on the sectional cutoff. If you are weak in that section, that's it. Don't
yes.
try to get 99 percentile in each section, because you won't get it.
Yes, yes, because if you are good in something, you got to be compensate it with something else. So there is
Yes.
always that part. So and I mean, great way to deal with this kind of problem, because many of us actually whenever we find this kind of difficulties that I'm not very much comfortable in a VARC, so people say that okay, it is not for me, so leave it. So they leave entire preparation. So that's, you should not do that. You should find a way around it, just like you did. You find a way that okay, let's see how much the cutoff is, and I'm preparing for 85 percentile. If I get 85%, that's good. But there is a two other section where I can perform and perform much better than every other participant, and here's the result in FMS. I mean, that's
Yes.
that yeah.
So
That's very good.
I checked the data for last 5 years, that on 21 marks you get 85 percentile in VARC. I attempted only 27 marks. I got 21 marks, and I was normalized to 25 point something, and it got to 92. Or otherwise, it would have been 85 only.
Yeah. So I mean, God helps those who help themselves. You have to find your way, and the result will be there. And I mean,
Yes.
you have concluded the entire preparation for CAT and experience, and shared your experience to the points, and I know that is definitely going to help a lot of candidates. And with that, I'd like to thank you, Nilesh, for joining us at this late hour, and sharing your experience with us.
Thank you, Anand. And I think it's not late for any MBA student right now. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, you have rightly mentioned. And
yes.
if you guys have any questions, feel free to write those questions in comment. And if you like this video, share it with your all friends, and subscribe to GIBS. And see you guys in the next video. Bye bye then. Jai Hind.